It's supposed to feel.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the NS9 post-game show, part of the Pittsburgh Baseball Now. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we got Jim Rosati. Jim, Pirates lose 10-4. It was a good game until it wasn't.
It's a good way to put it. It was a good game until really the bottom of the seventh, and then it all went to shit. So
That's also a good way of putting it.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely talk about this one. It was, of course, the Atlanta Braves. Pirates have lost every game since the Diamondback series. That Charlie Morton matchup against Zach Thompson, our old friend Charlie, who looked, I mean, it was like a resemblance of like Romansy a little bit, right? Like he was like everyone was whiffing against him. He looked really, really good. It's just he was giving up runs. He gave up 4 runs, and the Pirates had a 4-2 lead at one point, and things were looking pretty positive, pretty good. Maybe the Pirates are going to sneak out a win today in Atlanta. And then, like you mentioned, the 7th inning came, and that didn't happen.
Well, it was kind of interesting. You had this was back when the game was going well. You had Charlie Morton, 6 innings. Yeah, he gave up 4 runs, but he struck out 12. And then who comes in to relieve Charlie Morton? Jesse Chavez. I don't know how Jesse Chavez is still in the league, but yeah,
okay, that is crazy.
Like just absolutely insane that guy's still in the league. But
he just finds himself on team. It's similar to Oliver Perez. Like Perez was really, really good though. Like he was a very, very good starting pitcher at one time. Mm-hmm. He had some struggles, but as a lefty, he went in the bullpen. He found some success. Like Jesse Chavez, just I feel like just hangs on by like a thread every single year to like stay on a team, and every team finds a reason to need him. And and this is the World Series championship team, like we're talking about. He's playing for. This isn't the Pittsburgh Pirates that needed some arms. Like it's pretty much all competitive teams he's been playing for too. So yeah, shout out to Jesse Chavez, still in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I think if you would have told me then after 2009, wouldn't have thought that. So, well, that was funny. So you had Morton and Chavez pitching against the Pirates in a 2022 game, which just astounds me. But yeah, let's get to the game. What do we want to start off with? Zach Thompson?
Well, yeah, let's definitely do that.
Yeah. Zach Thompson, another strong start, 5 innings, 2 runs given up.
Yep.
And
2 home runs in the first.
They were both in the first inning. 2 solo home runs in the first inning. Then he settled down, put up a 0 in innings 2 through 5. I don't know what it is about him. Like he's switched to this cutter. He's throwing it 86, 87 miles an hour, and people can't hit it. They can't hit his 86 mile an hour cutter. It baffles my mind. He didn't get any swings and misses on it today.
Right.
But that cutter, it's working for him.
Like they're not even swinging much at it either.
They only swung. Well, they swung 9 times today at it out of 25. But just absolutely kind of crazy. He didn't throw too many. No. When they swung at it, they made contact, and then when they didn't swing at it, it was pretty much a ball for the most part. But no, shout out to Zach Thompson. I didn't really have much faith in him going into this season, and really ever since he switched that, where he's gone more cutter heavy, he looks like a completely different pitcher. He's getting, like I said, I don't know how it's happening, but he's getting the results. And he's been very good since, early May.
Right.
Solid, like really 6 or 7 starts now where he's looked really good.
Yes. He, like you said, it's really day and night heading into this season, coming off that trade. I was very skeptic on how last year was. I mean, again, he's like a career minor leaguer. He was released by the White Sox as a minor leaguer, picked up as a minor leaguer for the Marlins. Had a very, very strong stretch with the Marlins. And I feel like a lot of his Ks, right? We talked came like his first 2 starts with the Marlins. Like that's what his K per 9 like really shot up because of those 2 starts. So, I don't know about Zach Thompson. Season starts, and I think we've been like validated. Like, yeah, Zach Thompson ain't it. And then all of a sudden, like you said, he changes his stuff. Like, again, like right around the same time, JT Brubaker changed up a lot of stuff. Zach Thompson does, and he has looked really strong. And today, much of the same. Yes, those 2 solo home runs were given up, but really wasn't a whole lot of damage. The Pirates put up 2 solo home runs as well. It's a tied game. He finished out the start strong. And like, yes, he has been missing bats even today. 31% whiff rate. None on the cutter, as we just mentioned, but he is missing bats. Like, he looks like a very capable pitcher. A lot better than, you and I talked about heading into this year. So, yes, with this start, and again, right, this is a very good lineup. I thought it was a very productive start. I came out here still impressed with Zach Thompson that I still need to see a lot of Zach Thompson this year.
Yeah, absolutely. He did the job today. I'm sure we'll talk about it later on here, but I think they pulled him too early, right?
I don't understand why.
We'll get to that in a bit, but the game started off great. First inning, the Pirates jumped out ahead. Bryan Reynolds, second batter of the game, solo home run. And can we talk about Bryan Reynolds' June so far? Like, he's waking up. That one game he had those 3 hits, and like none of them were good hits. But I don't know if that is Bryan Reynolds back. Like, home run today, double. He scorched an opposite field double today. He did get an infield single that was a little iffy, but he's. I mean, we need to see it sustained, but like, he seems pretty back right now.
Listen, man, a lot of that first game was very weird, right? Like, those hits shouldn't have counted, and like the one today at short probably shouldn't have counted as well. But he's 8 for 12 in Atlanta. What is it with Pirate center fielders in some form or fashion, right? Whether it's sitting like this series or playing the series, what is it about Pirate center fielders that games in Atlanta get them going? With Kutch, he needed to sit out back-to-back years. With Bryan Reynolds, apparently he's a play. So going down to Atlanta just solves and cures all the Pirate center fielders' woes. I don't know. Like you said, like, this could be the start of something. Things were happening that shouldn't. Like, luck fell on his way a lot, and maybe that's just enough to get him started. Like you said, also the home run today. He 8 for 12 the series. Like, you can't really go much better than that.
Like, I love how, I mean, Joe Block's one of my favorites for just tweeting out statistics that have no business really being tweeted out.
Right.
But the one he put out today about June, like Major League Baseball history, June batting average. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't.
All right. So highest career batting averages in June in baseball history. Number 1, Shoeless Joe Jackson, 381. Number 2, Lou Gehrig, 378. Number 3,
good names.
Ty Cobb, number 373. Number 4, Bryan Reynolds at 371. He's the 4th best hitter of all time in the month of June. And honestly, he went 3 for 4 today. He probably is higher than Ty Cobb now. He just passed Ty Cobb.
So is he dubbed Mr. June? Is that Bryan Reynolds?
I mean, that list. Did you see the names I just mentioned?
Right.
Shoeless Joe, Ty Cobb, and Lou Gehrig, and then Bryan Reynolds.
I mean, it would be nice to one day see a Mr. October out of him, but maybe he's Mr. June, and I'll settle for that for now.
I'm cool with that too. If he hits 370 this month, I can live with that.
If he hits 370 this month, that will definitely get him going. He's at a 110 weighted run created plus right now. He was at a 101 before the game, so already up 9 points in that situation. And like Tyler and I were talking back and forth, it's like when the season was going on, Tyler's like, I could see him maybe finishing this year like a 115, right? Which is still good, but not where he normally is, but how poor he started. If he bats 373 this whole month, I mean, maybe 125 is doable.
Yeah, I mean, he's creeping up there. Yeah, hopefully he's back. I mean, this offense needs him to be back, right? We saw it today. Like, the offense looked a lot better today with him hitting a solo homer and then an RBI double.
Yeah.
They were winning until the seventh
way
inning,
too
right?
much, but how much of a difference he can make.
Goodness gracious. 16 strikeouts today as a team. After how many yesterday?
13 and 13. The 26 strikeouts in back-to-back games. So, and then what was it today? I didn't see the total count.
16 today.
16? So
Yeah.
42 strikeouts in 3 games?
That's insane.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's not
that's ridiculous.
But yeah, so Reynolds, like I said, it's June. We're now mid-June here. He's in the midst of a solid month, and hopefully he can keep playing well. Vogelbach, also home run. He's been really bad since coming back from the IL. So he hit a solo homer in the first inning today as well. So yeah, it was 2-0 going into the first. Thompson gives up the 2 homers in the first inning to tie it up at 2. But then the Pirates get back in the lead in the 5th. And really it was just they strung together some hits. Which was said we mentioned the Reynolds double that scored Heineman. I think Heineman got on with he got hit by a pitch. Yeah.
Yeah, by the hand. Yep.
Yeah. And then Reynolds doubled him in, and then Hayes doubled in Reynolds. So game was going good. And then, like I said, then they take out Zach Thompson after 5 innings. So Thompson gives up the 2 runs in the first, 4 scoreless innings, take him out at 67 pitches, and bring in Dwayne Underwood Jr.
I don't understand that. I simply just do not understand that. He was pitching well. He didn't have a whole lot of how was it again? 60, what was it? 67, you said?
67 pitches. Yeah.
So clearly it's not as if I mean, we're talking about, this is a clear difference between Roansy Contreras, who by the way had 83, right, in his start. Yeah. This isn't the guy that you're like babying or trying to monitor or whatever. I mean, he's a grown man. He can throw baseballs. I don't understand. And like the only thing I could take away is maybe, okay, he was going to have to face 3, 4, 5. So maybe Shelton's playing ultra conservative. And it's like, listen, let's get him out now. But my thing is, like, when you look at his last outing, like his last inning, he was still dominating. So here you go.
The only person who reached base that last inning was a strikeout.
Right.
It was a strikeout and then he reached on an error. Yeah.
You look at it, it's foul, swinging strike, foul, swinging strike, called strike, swinging strike, and then in play out. That he was still on top of his game. Like, this wasn't like, I'm fearful now that it's the middle of the order. I got to get him out of here. He's still looking good. Let me keep pitching him. I don't understand. And I'll just take the floor here because I know but like, I don't understand why Shelton made that move.
Yeah. I mean, his previous 2 outings, he went 96 pitches and 84 pitches. So it's not like he can throw more than this, right? He was rolling. I just don't understand the move. I know you mentioned, 3, 4, 5, but like he didn't handle Riley the first time up, but he was, like I said, he was on a roll. There was a 4-2 lead. Send him back out there. I mean, maybe have a short leash on him if you're thinking maybe I don't want him to go out there or not. But there was no reason to pull him. I don't get it. I'm sure somebody will ask Shelton in the post-game show that's probably going on right now. But in his post-game presser,
right?
Because I'd like to know what his reasoning was on that. I mean, Underwood came in and got the job done in the 6th, right? Mm-hmm. It was when Underwood went back out for the 7th for a second inning of work. That's when things started to unravel. So an 8-run bottom of the 7th inning for the Braves. They started off of Underwood. Underwood was just not having it that second inning out. And then Chris Stratton came in, and I'm still like, I saw a lot of people hating on Chris Stratton on Twitter, and it's like, Chris Stratton's not awful. They're like, he had a bad game. Don't get me wrong there. 0 innings pitched. He got 0 outs, gave up 5 runs. But just an awful performance today between Underwood and Stratton. 8 runs in that, capped off by an Ozzie Albies grand slam that kind of stuck the dagger in it.
That's gonna hurt the run differential.
Well, it's another 6 runs. But I mean, this is now what, 5 straight losses. So like you felt really good about that week they had, that 5-1 week against the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers. And now you leave that with now a 5-game losing streak.
Now, what's funny about that, and I want to look at the update here per se. Yes, it's still the Pirates. I think most sane people are realizing this team isn't good. The playoff talk, a lot was in jest, especially on my side. But I think what's funny about that is like this whole like entire loss streak that's happened. The whole NL Central has been losing too. Like what's funny is the Pirates are like still right there with everyone else. Everyone else has lost.
It is crazy.
So
Except
St. Louis has won 2 in a row. Brewers have lost 8 in a row. Pirates lost 5 in a row. Chicago's lost 4 in a row. Cincinnati's lost 4 in a row. So it's funny is like the Pirates haven't lost any ground actually. Like really, they could have made ground in this time too, which is ironic. They could almost be in second place. But yeah,
Milwaukee has 8-game losing streak for Milwaukee. They were in first place they were in first place a few weeks ago. So they are reeling. I don't know what's going on with them. But NL Central
talking about this mediocre division that somebody could capitalize on here soon. But anyways,
and that seems to be St. Louis. St. Louis is capitalizing.
Yeah, they are. Of course they are. They always do.
Yeah, it's always them.
Right. But anyways.
But I mean, Underwood, like I said, the second inning, just he pitched so well in that first inning. So I don't blame Shelton for sending him out for a second inning. Like I understand the decision. It's something he's done multiple times. I get it.
But if you would have just sent out Thompson for one more inning, you could have pitched Underwood for just one. This is what's killing me. And you know what? I just want to say them real quick here in the sense, because I know we have a little bit differences. We talked about it last time with Underwood and such. And I still feel Underwood could be a very capable reliever. I still feel it. He is used in this multi-inning role. He was killed last year in the amount of innings he had to pitch and such. I just feel like if Underwood was used in more of a traditional role, not high leverage, right? He's not going to go out there for the 8th and 9th and such. But if he's going out there for just 1 inning at a time, he can be capable and get you through. I don't really have much because I've gone to last year. I've gone everything. And again, he's been used so much last year that I hate to even use the numbers last year because he was pitching 2 outings every single time, it felt like. And his July was horrendous. But regardless, I feel like if he was used in a more traditional 1-inning role, he would be a much better pitcher. And Pirates fans wouldn't hate on him so much. That's all. And today would have been a perfect example. If Thompson would have went 7, Underwood gives you a clean outing. Bednar comes in and you win the game.
We need somebody to see what the math is on that. Like, what is Underwood like in the first inning as opposed to the second inning?
You can't. So I can't find that. The closest I found, and just for this year, because again, last year he was just used so many innings. This year, he's doing in the first 25 pitches. Guys are batting like just over 200 against him, and then 25 and over, they're batting like 280 on him.
Okay. So you're able to break it down by pitch count, but
just by pitch 1 through 25 and 25 over, but not by like first inning, second inning.
Yeah.
I have to do the math.
No, like Dave's saying in the comments here, like I said, if Thompson just went 6, like if you just put Thompson out one more inning and he's able to get through the 6th, then that lines you up for a 7th, 8th, 9th that you want to do. Heck, if you wanted to, you could say, Bednar could go out there for another 6-out save, right? You would only need one inning.
Could have though.
right? I mean, you could just need one inning. Bednar's shown he's capable of it, and
he hasn't pitched in a week.
And Shelton, yeah, exactly. So if you really wanted to win this game, Thompson one more inning, then you would have just needed one more inning out of your bullpen to get to like a 6-out David Bednar save. So I don't know why I don't understand why they took him out so early. So I'm really curious to see what Shelton's explanation is for that.
Yes, I agree.
Because I get there's math, right? There's math that says once you face that order a third time, you don't pitch as well, right? Like that's
right.
That's a statistic. Everybody can look it up. But you still need to manage to situations where that's what happens on average, right? But like you need to be able to look at the game as a manager and decide, okay, is this going to be a situation where I maybe say, you know what, screw that. He's rolling. There's no reason to take him out right now.
Right.
Let's send him out there again. Right. Again, 67 pitches. 67 pitches when you're rolling just is stupid. It's stupid to take somebody out that quick.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We saw what happened today.
And this is the perfect example. And like, I want to hit hard on the people like talk about analytics and how analytics ruin the game and such and whatever. Like you're right. Like the analytics do state that the third time through, there's pretty much a big drop off. But the thing is, like the analytics, like that's an outline. Like you're saying, like this stuff is an outline. So you have that in your back of your head. You realize the third time through, you're probably looking to manage. Like I have to probably make a decision here. But in this game, right? So now you take the in-game managing, like the analytics tell you this and you realize that. But when you look in-game, like you mentioned, he is rolling. It's just 67 pitches. And that last outing that he came out for in the fifth was tremendous. And it was still number 1, 2, like it was still the top of the lineup. You know, like it was Ronald Acuna Jr. that he faced like to get the last out. And
right,
it's not just an easy out to get. So he looked on top of his game. So understand what the analytics are. I know my managerial decision is I'm bucking that. Still in mind. So you're not short leash now, but I'm putting him back out there. Let's go win this game. And he's the best option I have. And like Dave says, and he's not too fond of Bednar going more than one inning. And I get that, but he has shown he's capable of it. But I mean, yeah, you still have like Will Crow. You know, you could have brought in Will Crow for the 8th and then Bednar for the 9th, whatever it is. Still,
yeah.
As much as I say Underwood is capable, I still said I'm not talking about the 8th and 9th inning. You know, he's a guy to get you over. You might not even need to use him then, right? You're bringing Crow,
right.
You're bringing Bednar. Game's won.
Yeah, that's all you need. Like I said, the facet, like the whole complexion of the game changes when your starter can get you to the 7th, whereas if it doesn't, because like just getting that extra inning out of your bullpen, especially if your bullpen isn't that deep, is hard sometimes. Like it's hard to pitch 4 innings scoreless. Like I mean, a lot of things need to go right. You have to have a lot of guys who are on at the same time. The more you can limit the amount of innings that your bullpen's throwing, the more likely you are to win the game. And yeah, like I said, the whole analytics thing, I get it. I'm very into analytics on all this stuff. So like, I understand the rule, and you know, it's maybe something that you stick to under certain circumstances. But again, like when you see a certain situation unfolding where a guy's shoving, basically, he's at 67 pitches, you got to take that one-time instance and say, you know what, he can probably go through the third time this time. Like I feel comfortable doing it.
And he's done that before. I forget what it was, but there was an outing where he put him back out there, and I was like, you know what? Like I love that because that showed confidence in, and I know it's specifically Thompson. Again, I forget which start it was, but I was like, I like that move. Like he showed confidence in Thompson, put him back out there, and he succeeded. I don't know why you wouldn't do it this time.
Yeah, and then he did it with Brubaker on Thursday.
Yes,
too, didn't he?
Yes,
yeah, where he brought Brubaker back out there for the 7th. Yeah, so Brubaker went 7. So he definitely gave up 6 hits. He clearly went through the lineup a third time. Yeah, so I don't know why like he picks and chooses, why like sometimes he does it, sometimes he doesn't. because like this seemed like an instance where he could have easily gone that one more inning.
I fully believe. I want to. Oh God, I'm trying to find the game. The top of my head, I'm thinking so. I'm trying to get to the box score, but like I felt like Thompson was pitching today better than what even Brubaker was pitching then. Yeah, I mean Brubaker gave up 6 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, 3 earned. I mean, like, what was the difference? That's a good point. Like, what was the difference in Brubaker's start opposed to Thompson's start? Especially when a lot of these relievers have had rest because, of course, Brubaker went 7. And, you know, like, again, not Stratton, but Bednar hasn't been using how long and such. So, like, I don't understand, right? Like, what was the difference in this start that he had to come out? One of those things, again, like the Shelton, we've praised him a lot this year for his in-game managing decisions. He's gotten a lot better with the bullpen usage today, wasn't it?
It was not. And then you use Bednar just because he hasn't pitched in a week. So you go and you throw him out there for a meaningless inning when maybe you'll need him, you know, tomorrow, which I mean, he only threw 10 pitches, so he'll be ready tomorrow. But it could have gone a completely other way. And you know, who knows what would have happened if they would have thrown Thompson out there for the 6th, but you know, we're saying this in hindsight, but we were also saying it in real time. Like, why isn't Thompson going out there for the 6th? And I mean, I can't imagine it would have gone worse than this.
Right. Right. Yep. So anyways, yeah. What else is there really to talk about? Diego Castillo still struggling. He made an error at short as well, which that was a big yikes. That's also something I want to credit Thompson to as well. So that error was made. Now, Marcano made some excellent plays today, and then so did Jack Sawinski. He had that diving catch in the first or the second for him.
It was I think it was the first.
I think it was 2. I think that ended it, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it was against Ozzy Albies. Yeah, I think it was the first inning.
That makes sense. So there was some good defense there, but then like with Diego Castillo's just a bonehead defensive play, like that was a routine grounder. He should have got. He didn't. And I mean, I won't harp on it. It's not as if he's had terrible defense all year. So sometimes it happens, right? But then the strikeouts that Heineman throws 30 yards over the first baseman's head that gets on like Thompson was put like he didn't get a whole lot of help in that sense. Like there were situations where he could have been out of the game and he wasn't. So like even to that he was pitching well. So I just also want to give kudos to Thompson in that regard. But yeah, Diego Castillo does make that error, goes 0 for 3 today. He's down to a 536 OPS on the season. Oh boy.
I think it's time for
a call up.
Time for a call up.
Is it time?
I think it's getting there. Yeah.
Is that the move to you? Is it going to be?
I think that's the move. Yeah.
I just asked because there still is a Yu Chang on the team.
No, I think Chang's the move once Yoshi or Van Meter comes back. Once either of them comes back, I think Yu Chang's the move. But I think when Cruz comes up, which hopefully is soon, Diego Castillo's got to be the move because then you're going to be limiting Castillo's playing time opportunities anyways up here. You might as well go ahead and he's been struggling. So go ahead and put him in AAA, give him every day at bats so he can kind of get back into the groove.
Yep.
By no means am I giving up on Diego Castillo. Like he's still really young. I mean, he's 24. And this was his first taste. I mean, he basically skipped AAA also. So I'm fine with giving him a little more time. I think he can end up being like a solid utility infielder at some point. Right. I don't know. I don't think he's like an everyday player type of deal, but you know, I haven't given up on him totally.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing is the fair assessment to him is that he would have been like a utility player. What happened in spring afforded him the ability to play in the major leagues. And we wanted to see what he's going to be. I mean, again, much with all these young guys coming up, like play them so we can find it's a great year to assess what you have going for the future. So when he had that spring, hey, I mean, O'Neal Cruz should have been as well, but he deserved to be called up, and let's see some more. And, I think we're at the point in time where we've seen enough. Again, like you said, like I'm not giving up on him by any means. Like there's still a lot that he shows that you like about him, like the peripherals or whatever. Like I know the numbers aren't really matching right now either, but hey, he got some good development, put him back in the minors, take a little pressure off him, keep him going, and maybe gets a second taste of coffee the next, end of this year or something. And maybe it clicks for him. But I think, like you said, like he's a great candidate to me that let's just send him back down. You saw, let's work, let's get every day at bats because it's time for Cruz. Yep. But I just want to point that out. Another young buck though, Marcano. I know we've all had our words, about Marcano. Now, today's like a great example. Like he went 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. So it wasn't like this successful day, but he also had really good defense. And we saw good defense in the outfield from him as well.
Yep.
So we've dubbed him Cole Tucker Light, right? Because basically he's even more of a slap hitter than Cole Tucker was. And he's a little bit smaller, right? Cole Tucker was 6'3", Marcano's 6 foot. So we've kind of labeled him Cole Tucker Light. Now, mind you, he came out, hit those 2 home runs against the Dodgers. It hasn't been like that. But what I can say is the defense looks good, but it looks way better in the outfield than what Cole Tucker ever provided. So, like, he actually looks like the part where he can, at least with a glove, cement a spot in Major League Baseball by being a utility player because he's good defense everywhere.
Yep.
So, the bat, still cautious on. Put it that way. But I've been pleasantly surprised still, regardless of what I'm seeing out of Marcano.
Yeah, I think I tweeted it out a week ago. I'm all in on Marcano now. I was wrong. I apologize to Tucupita Marcano and his family.
His family.
it's like that the Shaq meme, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't aware of your game or something, whatever.
Right.
No, like I like him a lot. Like the defense, like you mentioned, has been spectacular everywhere he's been on the field, whether that be left field or second base. I think he's holding his own at the plate. He doesn't look overwhelmed by any means, right? When we were talking about Sawinski when he first came up and he at least looked comfortable up there, he wasn't like completely overmatched. He had 3 strikeouts today, but everybody on the team had 3 strikeouts today. So I'm not gonna blame him for that. But like his overall strikeout rate, his overall strikeout rate isn't like alarming by any means. He's getting some walks too. He's putting together good plate appearances. He's getting on base. He's hit a couple home runs. Everything that Marcano has done since the second go around, right? He was up for a couple days earlier in the year. And this second go around, though, I like it. Like what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Again, I need more, but I do like what I see so far. Like that's why I'm still optimistically cautious on him, because I still look at like the entire body of game and have some worrisome thoughts about Marcano as an everyday major leaguer. But so far what I'm seeing, and I know again, like he raked that last few weeks in Altoona. Again, I've officially upgraded him, right? We said we went from Cole Tucker Light. I officially upgraded him to Cole Tucker Premium. Or I'm sorry, Platinum. Cole Tucker Platinum. Because
Cole Tucker
I think
Plus.
right now, what's that?
Cole Tucker Plus.
Oh, it's Platinum. Let's think of like the Bud Light theme. Bud Light, and you got Budweiser Platinum,
Yeah, okay.
He's a little stronger version now of what Cole Tucker was. So he's like the 9% alcohol.
Bud Light that's Platinum, why have you ever had that?
Oh, it's terrible. Well, that's what.
It's awful. Yeah,
that's why it's a good comparison, because Cole Tucker was awful, and I still don't have high expectations. So, like, he's still Budweiser to me. It's just he's of the platinum variety and not the light.
I'll drink Bud Light all day. Bud Light Platinum.
But it's strong.
I ain't doing that stuff.
At least Marcano's shown he's got a little bit of strength to him, where Cole Tucker. No, but that's where I'm at. I'm still very cautious on what he'll be. But what he's shown me so far, I feel like, and this is where I'm at, because I don't think we had high expectation for Cole Tucker when he got called up regardless. I feel that I can safely say Marcano probably could be what we wanted Cole Tucker to be. Not a good bat, but the glove plays everywhere and the bat's passable. If he can be that, I think I can safely say he's that. We're hoping he could be more, but I think it's safe to say he's a light hitting, great glove that belongs in the major leagues. Cole Tucker, only way of belonging was if he had that glove elsewhere, and he never did. Well, also the bat was worse.
So you're putting Marcano in he could become like a left-handed hitting Josh Harrison.
See, I feel like that's even too high of a ceiling.
All right, too high of a ceiling.
So like young Jay Hay before he had like that amazing year, right?
Yeah,
I feel, but we never. I guess the way of putting it is we never expected that to come from Jay Hay. So like whatever expectations were of Jay Hay at this time, I feel yes, Marcano could be that.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I mean Jay Hay really took him like 3 years to start hitting, 4 years even really.
And it was like he was nothing as far as prospect wise for the Cubs. Like he came over here and like you weren't expecting much from him. He was just that fast.
His value was guy. That he could play a lot of positions.
Yes.
And he could do it okay.
Right.
He could do a bunch of things okay. Yeah.
Right. And I think we can safely say, just seeing Marcano's game, as you mentioned, I didn't know about your game. He can safely be that.
One guy asks if we read comments, and so I'm going to go ahead and answer Dave's question of what's our take of Swaggerty so far. So I didn't get to see yesterday's game, so I didn't get to see really what Travis Swaggerty looked like yesterday. But he didn't play today. I wish they would. I wish they would play him a little bit more, but so far, I mean, obviously there hasn't been a lot to like, right? I mean, but through 4 games, he hasn't looked good by any means. But it's also only 4 games, so I'm not really ready to come to any sort of conclusion yet.
He's only started 3 of those, though, right?
He's only started 3.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, only started 3, and then he was facing tough pitching like in every game too. Like he's faced some tough pitchers so far. So I'm willing to give him more time. I haven't really. I can't draw a conclusion on him through 9 plate appearances.
I'm the same way. Like we talked about this last night, actually, with Swagger coming off that. Like where Sawinski wasn't having the results, he looked comfortable with the plate, right? He looked like he belonged. I'm not getting that vibe from Swaggerty, So like both had really non-existent, results in their first 3 games with Sawinski and Swagger. But Sawinski was going full count almost like every time. We joked about how deep he's going to counts, like how comfortable he looked. With Swaggerty, I'm not getting that vibe yet. But again, it is just 3 games that he started, and Skubal, Max Fried, and then Strider yesterday. Like it was 3 really strong left-handed matchups every single time that he went against. So I still need to see more from him.
Yeah, I agree. And again, it's just going to be tough right now because they've got all these outfielders that they want to give playing time to. So it's going to be hard to put him in the lineup every single day. I just wish they, wish they would. There's also a comment on here. Steelers fans will see another Super Bowl win before the Pirates get to one, which I agree with that. The Pirates are not going to win another Super Bowl before the Steelers. I can guarantee that. Yeah.
That's factually correct. Yes.
Yeah.
But
we got anything else to talk about? We've been rambling.
As far as the game goes, it's pretty much everything I wanted to nail on.
Yeah.
The catching stinks.
It just is what it is. I mean, the catching is going to be bad until Davis comes up.
Yeah. Hopefully by June next year, because we know it ain't going to be April. Hopefully he stays healthy.
Dave too also asking if we're going to do this after all games. Yeah, we are now doing post-game shows. So we'll be doing this after every game. It may not be the 2 of us. Tyler might be in there. It might just be one of us. Might be some of the PBN guys. So it's going to be a mix of people. But yeah, we're going to have a post-game show after every game.
Yep. Hopefully we have more fun ones. Since we've come on, it's all L's. So again, I don't know if it's just the NS9 curse, right? North Shore 9 was started in 2016, right after the Pirates were in the playoffs. So now North Shore 9 comes on to Pittsburgh baseball now and hasn't seen a victory. So sorry, guys.
We need to do something for the first win. Like we need to have like a big celebration. So hopefully like tomorrow they win and we can we'll go all out.
Off the champagne. it's a victory.
We'll get some do a little champagne shower.
Yeah, I like it.
All right.
I'll have to put the picture in the background.
That's what I'll do. I'll change my background
Goggles.
to like Clint Hurdle getting champagne all over him.
Yep, yeah. I like it. All right. Well, then I guess we're gonna get out of here. But as always, so tomorrow the Pirates do play. It's on Sunday.
1:35 start.
Yep.
Jose Quintana against Kyle Wright. So another pretty good pitching matchup. Kyle Wright seems to have put things together this year.
Yeah.
So
like you said, it's a good matchup like Quintana, although he's been struggling a little bit of late, but it's Quintana. So if there's a guy that can maybe lock this down and get the Pirates their first victory since this last week, might be him. But right, it's going against Kyle Wright. Another tough matchup. Over and under 13 strikeouts by the Pirates.
Ooh. Kyle Wright's another strikeout guy. He's averaging more than one an inning. I'm going to say under 13 strikeouts tomorrow.
Ooh, hot take.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, good deal. Well, again, we'll be on after the game tomorrow. So check us out. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
See you guys.